Panic in the streets running amok. I have a solution. I have a solution with regard to artificial intelligence. People say it's replacing employees at work. I think this is being looked at a little bit too stringently and it's not being given enough thought. Here's the thought of the day. You have somebody that works at a company. Let's say that somebody is mediocre. Let's say the business wants to bring AI in and fire the employee. I'm not sure why we're firing the employee because of AI implementation. What we should be doing is bringing in AI because the cost is very, very inexpensive, at least what it will be. Maybe now it's a little bit more expensive because depending on what kind of business you run, maybe you need certain kind of compliance to be met. And with compliance, you have attorneys. And with attorneys, you have vetters and people that need to look at things. And then you have specific needs for artificial intelligence where they have to be constructed and put together in a particular way for your business. But let's say we overcome that hurdle and we can bring AI into the business. Well, why not keep the employee? Because if you're going to start getting rid of employees, you, meaning the world at large, corporations and industry, then there's not going to be anybody left to buy your stuff. However, if you keep the employee, keep them where they are, keep them paying, keep them buying things, keep them paying their mortgage, keep them spending money in the world, out to dinner and these sorts of things, and you bring in AI for one AI employee, you can probably quadruple this individual's workflow and maybe even more, maybe 400 to 800% return on a single AI employee that might be working alongside with or doing the similar thing that this individual's doing. Now, it doesn't mean we're just going to let the individual sit there and coast, with his feet up on the desk all day, but maybe this individual can be trained by another AI system that would be able to help them at least do something, be more productive. And again, inside of everybody, I think there's a lot of great ideas. This is the subject of the blog post that I put together today because people are saying, well, once they talk about AI coming in and replacing jobs, they have an evaluation that goes up with regard to where their stock prices happen to be. Even if they say they're wiping out, hundreds of thousands of people, thousands or tens of thousands of people from the workforce, then people say, well, what's happening? Well, they're bringing in AI. Oh, perfect. We're going to let your stock go up, Mr. Business, Mrs. Business. But instead of doing it that way, why don't we just retain the employees and bring AI on anyway? And you still get a massive return. And then you get to keep the employee. And then the employee still makes money and is able to spend it. I think that works. Now, at some particular point, I suppose some smarty is going to come out and say, well, now it's a detriment. It's a liability to have a human being. Okay, well, then send them home and let them work from there. Make them a remote worker, because if we're talking about artificial intelligence wiping out all of the white collar type work, well, they might as well do it at home with an internet connection. But I think that's the solution. I think the solution is to keep the employee and bring AI in as you normally would, and then make the employee have a different type of job, different type of description, and maybe a different type of interaction with AI. I think that's a perfect win for this AI revolution. And that way, you're not going to have people switched off, and you're not going to get to these massive high unemployment numbers that are going to tank the economy, including your business with AI, because without people able to buy things, the things you're selling, services you're selling, support you're giving to some other industry that relies on people buying their crap, well, as long as that happens and we keep the employees, I think the world might be a better place. Anyway, just a thought. I'm Connor with Honor, of course. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.